Hello, 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 everybody. Hello. I hope and pray that everyone is having an absolutely amazing day today, y'all. It's Fabulous Friday, and I am here to give you a word that will empower, encourage, strengthen you, make you have an aha moment. I don't know. But, just something that God has put in my spirit to share with everyone on this week. So I am Prophetess Trish of Trish M Ministries and executive pastor of Mind of Christ International, serving alongside my wonderful husband, Pastor Derek Morissette. My website is trishmnow.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Trish M. You can follow me on Instagram at Lady Trish M. And you can follow me on Twitter at Lady Trish M. And if you love fashion, you can also follow my fashion page for Trish M Fashions with an S.com, at Trish M Fashions on Facebook and Instagram, as well as Twitter. So I want to thank you all so much for joining. I'm saying hello to all of my new viewers. Thank you. Hey, Phoebe. Thank you, Prophetess. I appreciate all you wonderful ladies that have joined me. Hello. Thank you on Periscope. Beloved M8. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, guys, y'all make sure to share this. And share this with your followers, invite someone to come on. This is our FabFriday Word of the Day. So I want to strengthen you and empower you for about 10 to 20 minutes. Maybe today I'll be about 10 minutes with you guys, but I really wanted to talk to you about the season that we are in. This is the season. Matter of fact, it's not just a season, but for some of us, it needs to be a lifestyle of what God is really doing and saying. God tells us in his word that in all of our getting, we need to get some understanding. Get understanding. Prophetess, thank you. Get some understanding of what God is doing in this season, in this time, and in this hour. What is God doing? What is God saying? And some of you, I feel in the spirit, are being pulled or being tugged. It's a heaviness in your spirit because so much is going on and so much is being required and so much that you want to do and you possibly can't do. And you have this desire or this zeal or this passion. And God is saying that, watch this now. In this season, you're going to learn how to be selfish. I'm going to say that again. In this season, you got to learn how to be selfish. And all you're getting, get some understanding. If you understand the signs of the times, or if you understand the season that you're in, you'll be able to make better decisions. God wants you to be wise as a serpent in this season, but gentle as a dove. What does that mean? Wise in the decisions that you make. There are people pulling on you left and right. And God is saying you don't have to say yes to everything. You don't have to give yourself to everybody. God is saying, watch what you're doing in this season, because a lot of things that are coming at you are coming in the form of distractions. You've got to understand that a lot of things that are coming at you in this season are coming in the form of distractions. They're coming to get you off course. They're coming to get you off the path that God has called you to. They're coming to just really discombobulate what God is doing. I'm telling you. And this is coming in the form, a lot of times, y'all check this, are people that are close to you, people that are family, friends, in the church, are different things. Listen, I see this. This is a strategic attack of the enemy, that there are things, people that the enemy is using in this hour to just jack your mind up, to jack your emotions up, to jack the will of God on your life up. They're coming in to distract you. And now, listen, I'm going to say this. The things that God has called you to in this season, they're not going to be able to stop it, because the hand of God and the favor of God is on your life. But what they are going to do is they're going to try to delay it. I feel this in the spirit. There is a delay that is trying to hit the body of Christ like never before. And then the enemy wants you to begin to look at circumstances and situations that's going on around you, the delay and the frustration with finances, to delay the frustration with relationships, to delay the frustration on the job, in the ministry. I just see strategic booby traps set up for you. And you guys, I need you to open up your eyes. I need you to open up your ears, and I need you to understand what the enemy is doing. I don't care if they're familiar to you. I don't care how much you love, appreciate, and respect them. You got to know what's going on. You got to see the spirit behind the man. Because let me tell you something. If you get caught up in emotions, you're going to stay in your soul. That's the soul realm. God needs you to tap into the spirit realm. You got to be selfish. You got to go and tell some people no. You got to say, you know what? I can't do it in this season. I can't do it in this hour, because God got A, B, C, D, and E for me. And if I veer away from what God told me to do, then I'm going to miss God. I'm going to say that again. This is something that you guys need to be saying in this season. God says it's time for you to be selfish. It's time for you to rise up into the position that I have called you to. It's time for you to be that I told you to be. It's time for you to do that I told you to do. And the enemy is strategic. The enemy is strategic. I'm going to say that again. Demons are strategic. They will use the closest people to you. Why? Because there is a soul tie. You think soul tie is all about a man and a woman and sex and all of that. But soul ties are emotional connections, strongholds that you have with people that you really love, that you really care about. I'm telling you, there are people in your midst. Listen to me. There are people in your midst that are disguised as your friend. I'm going to say that again. They're disguised as your friend. They're disguised as someone that loves and supports you, when really they're not. There is a spirit of deception, a spirit of manipulation that is attached to them, because they praise you with their mouth, but their mind, their thoughts, and their hearts have ill intentions for you. They don't want to see you successful. They don't want to see you go forward in the things of God. Let me tell y'all something, y'all. Better open up your eyes. I'm going to speak that God will release the scales off of your eyes in this season, because I want God to show you who they really are. I want God to show you, if it's a spade, if a spade. We're going to call a spade in this season. We still going to love you. We still going to, bless you. God bless you, love you. But God said in this season, you need to understand who's really with you and who really ain't. If it's time for them to shift, let them shift. If it's time for you to move on, move on. Don't be afraid of what God is doing. Don't be afraid to shift. Don't be afraid to move with God. Don't be afraid to be selfish and tell them jokers no. Can you do this? No. Can you give me that? No. Can you be here? No. Can you do? I'm telling you, it's strategic. The enemy has people on assignment to get you off course. The enemy has people on assignment to destroy the purpose that is on your life. The enemy is willing to use anybody to do it. And if you see, you got to be like Jesus did. Peter was very close to Jesus. But when Peter began to talk foolish things that was contrary to the vision, the purpose, and the plan that was on Jesus's life, Jesus began to speak to the spirit behind the man. He told Satan to get behind him, for he did not have the plans of God. Sometimes you got to look people in the face, and you got to speak to the spirit that is behind them and say, I need you to get behind me, because you don't have the vision. You don't know what God told me. You don't know what God chose, the direction that God gave me to go. You don't have that. God gave that to me, and I can explain it to you. But if you're going to try to knock me, if you're going to try to block me, I got to tell you to get behind me. I'm telling y'all need to call a spade in this season. When I released the prophetic utterance that there was a releasal that is going to hit God's children like never before, a releasal of abundance, a releasal of favor, a releasal of breakthrough. But I'm telling you, even just as it was released out of my mouth, devils heard it as well. And when they heard it, that God got a plan for you, now they're conjuring up things to try to stop the very plans that God has for you. Will you allow people to reposition you out of purpose? Will you allow people to reposition you out of destiny? Will you allow people to change your mind into what God had already told you? God had already gave you the confirmation. He said you just need to go forward. God then already gave you the provision. You just got to see it before you see it, meaning that it ain't in your hands. It's in your mouth. Open up your mouth and it'll manifest in your hands. But it's all about faith. If you ain't got the faith to walk this thing out, the enemy will tell you anything. The enemy will use anybody, and they will get you off course. And it is strategic. It is strategic. And so I need y'all. like never before. I need you to get on your face. I need you to ask God to remove the scales off of your eyes so that you can see exactly what you need to see in this season, and you can open up your mouth and tell people no that you need to tell no to, and you can cut off relationships that need to be cut off. You can go forward in your purpose and in your destiny. God said, how long will you delay what I have called you to do just because you don't see everything that you need to see? He said, what I'm really doing is I'm showing you the people that you need to see in this hour, but you're not really seeing them for who they are. They are coming and whispering in your ear, and they're getting you off track. They're saying things that are contrary to God. They're doing things that are contrary to God. And God was like, you already know where I position you. You already know what I told you to do. You just keep getting distracted by these whispering spirits. I will talk about whispering demons in a minute, because you got to understand when somebody is in your ear that is contaminating what God has done, what God has said, what God has spoken, what God is trying to do. You got to understand when whispering demons are in your ear, just because you weak right now, just because you emotionally distressed, that just because you are a little discombobulated, that's a sign of weakness to demons, and they see that, and now they can come over and say, let me tell you something. Let me whisper this in your ear. Let me tell you this. What about this? Well, did God really say that? Do you really think they this? Do you really know, believe you can do that? This is where them demons come in, because they realize you emotionally weak right now. They realize you emotionally struggling right now. They realize that you ain't quite yourself. And so what they're going to do is they're going to have a little birdie to whisper in your ear. They're going to put somebody on assignment. And as long as you keep giving them a yes, as long as you keep being a do-boy for demons, you gonna miss God. I'm gonna tell you, y'all better be selfish in this season, and you better understand what God is telling you, because what God told you, it ain't for them, it's for you. You better get with the program, or else you gonna miss this dynamic move of God. When I tell you God is ready to bless the children of God, those that are willing and obedient, he said, you shall eat the good of the land. The good of the land is yours for the taking, but you better recognize when booby traps been set up for you, and they coming from the people that are closest to you. People in ministry, people in your friends you thought was your friends, people in relationship. I'm telling you, don't let them get you. Call a spade, y'all. This thing is serious. I don't want y'all to miss God in this hour. I don't want y'all to miss this dynamic move of what God is doing, because the enemy is strategic. Y'all, he slither in. He slither in with them words. He'll use people to slither into your life. And they probably been there, but it's like they manifesting themselves in a different way. They saying things in a different way. And now they trying to get you and sway you and make you be deceived and manipulated and controlled. And it's like they see that you weak right now because you going through a little something. So they're going to come in and they're going to tell you exactly what you need to hear. I'm telling y'all, open your eyes to see. Open your ears to hear, and do what God is telling you to do. And tell them demons no. Tell them folk no. You got to be in position, and their job is to get you out of position. See, I hope this has blessed somebody today, because this was a word. This was like God's, when he give us blessings and prophetic words of blessings, is a lot of times it's conditional. It depends on what you do. As Moses, God, he promised Moses the promised land, but ask Moses what happened when he wasn't obedient, when he didn't listen, when he didn't do what God told him to do. He totally missed it. Because guess what he did? He did exactly what I'm telling y'all not to do. Moses let them whispering spirits get in his ear. He let them people get in his ear and get him out of purpose, get him out of position. And guess what? They ended up making him miss God. They ended up making him miss his milk and cookie. Come on, somebody. He's supposed to go to a land of milk and honey. You know, that land. Moses missed it because he allowed them whispering demons to discombobulate him in the season that he was in. Instead of saying no, instead of saying get thee behind me, instead of saying shut your mouth, you don't know what God told me to do, he listened to them demons, and he allowed himself to miss his land of milk and honey. He saw it from afar, but he could not enter in. Do not let that be you. Take heed to the warning. Take heed to the word of God that God had me to release. It's time for you to be selfish. Be selfish, y'all. All right. So I hope that bless y'all. If you're not following me on Facebook, follow my page, Trish M. Follow me on Instagram at Lady Trish M. Follow me on Twitter at Lady Trish M. And if you like fashion, Follow my fashion page, Trish M Fashions. All right, guys, I hope you have had a blessed day, and I hope this word fell on good ground. I pray it did. Share this with somebody, because somebody else is distracted in this season. Somebody else needs to be selfish in this season. Somebody needs to open up their mouth and tell them demons, no. Okay? Share it with somebody. All right? I love y'all. God bless y'all, and happy Fabulous Friday to everybody.